Swing thoughts. Swing thoughts, swing thoughts. They can be good, they can be absolutely horrific for our game. Now, I just want you to picture this situation. You've been really tirelessly working on your game, working on your technique. You get out on the golf course, you've got too much going on up here. Well, I've been there, you've been there, we've all been there. I'm going to show you today what I write on my glove and how you can use this to help you drive the golf ball better, strike the golf ball better with irons, driver, chipping, the whole lot. Let's get into the video. So this tip comes from unbelievable stock. I don't know if any of us actually remember Louis Oosthuizen when he won the Open at St Andrews. By the way, the Open's back there this year. Who is heading there? He had this very famous red dot on his glove throughout the round. Now, I don't think we really got to the bottom of what that was, but I have used this with weekend golfers, club golfers, to really help them build into their game some good swing thoughts. So, where do your swing thoughts come from? They either come from a drill when you're really working on your game, they might come from what your coach has told you, or you picked up on YouTube or Instagram, okay? Now, what I want you to think about here is, there's a few variations, so please do stick around to the whole of the video because you might want to try each of these variations to help you improve. So, the first variation is, I want you to write two symbols here. Now, I like to think of this, the first variation is a backswing thought and a downswing thought. So we've got like a bit of a start of the swing trigger and a downswing impact trigger. Okay, so I'm going to put wide, so I'm going to put a W here, okay? The reason why I write it here is, like when you're taking your grip, you can just remind yourself every single time of what that is, okay? Then on the way through, I'm going to put a B. Now what they stand for me is wide on the way back and belt buckle through to target. So I've got clear, distinctive thoughts that are concise and straight to the point. I'm not stood here guessing what I'm trying to do. I'm not stood here having 1,000,001 thoughts going through my head. I'm gripping the golf club, a little bit of a check of my swing thoughts. I now know I'm good to go because those swing thoughts have come from all that practice you've been doing, which is what we practice for, right? So try that as our first variation. A backswing trigger, downswing trigger for irons and for driver. Okay, so wide for me is this, okay, and belt buckle through to target is trying to feel a position like that because they're the things that make my golf swing tick, and hopefully as you're progressing your game, you'll start to find out what makes your golf swing tick. Okay, so here we go. 11th hole here. Now this is a hole you've got to hit the fairway. And we will take that. You know what you can just do? You can swing a lot freer. Okay, let's move down the fairway and talk about variation number 2. Now, hopefully you're starting to get a little bit of a feeling for what you can write on this right here. So I mentioned at the start that I'd trialed this with some weekend or club golfers, basically non-pros, and their reaction straight away was like, I don't have to think about everything. I've got 2 swing thoughts I'm going to stick to all day, all week, all season that I've got from a PJ Pro, I've got from my own practice, really starting to find out what worked for them. Okay, variation number 2. Remember there's 3 variations here and you might want to try all 3. Variation number 2, I want you to have what will be a long swing, so i.e. driver trigger, which, okay, instead of me wrecking another new glove, we might just change this to a symbol. So, i.e. I might have a dot to reference my head behind the ball, or I might have a little bit of an arrow to say, remember to hit on the up with my driver, and then I might have then an iron swing, which might be balanced, or it might be chest to target, whatever that is. I want you to think about the second variation, one being a driver one, okay? So, i.e. from the tee, and then one to have with your irons, because we know they are slightly different swings. One of them we hit on the up, one of them we hit on the down. So it may be nice to have 2 variations of that for you. Wow, I have got some shot here. Okay, let's play this. So I just want to stress a really important point of what we've just said there is, even though I hit a punch shot, you can still use the same good swing thoughts. Now, hopefully you're starting to see what variation works best for you. Let's now get into the final one, and I like this one the most. Now, throughout a round of golf, we know we're going to be tested with several shots, right? Bunker shots, drives, long irons, short irons, putting. So this is the reason why I think this is my favourite one, okay? I want you to now still have two symbols, so this is our final and third variation, my favourite, is that your two symbols would now represent long game swing thoughts, or thoughts, hopefully, and a short game swing thought. Okay, so mine for my long game, like I said, big thing for me in general is getting wide in the backswing. So that's a big key one for me, no matter if I'm hitting an iron, no matter if I'm hitting a driver, no matter if I'm hitting a pitch or sort of three-quarter punch shot. Also in the short game is this. I'm somebody that sort of likes to get those knees involved sometimes and struggle with contact. So a big thing for me is that I like to feel, I'm going to use this B as belt buckle level. Because if my belt buckle stays level, I know I've not lost height. So you can see here, for my final variation, we've got a long game thought and a short game thought. So when you're faced with a shot, as we have here, and this is a toughie. I'm gonna play this as a pitching wedge though. Got a bit of sort of fizz I want to get into this. I could, again, look down at my glove. It's nice and discreet. Not everybody can see this, apart from you. And I know on my short game notes, it's belt buckle level. So B for belt buckle. Keep it level, keep it moving to target, keep nice and balanced. This is how you can really have clarity out on the golf course. It's definitely not talked about enough. 100%, this is not talked about enough. So you know that you've got something covered, you've got something with you. What I said to my weekend golfer was that this is almost like you've got your coach on your wrist every single time you're out on the golf course. These are the things your coach, your caddy will be telling you to allow you to play your best golf. Get in those comments, which variation, are you 1, are you 2, are you 3? Which one are you gonna try? And hopefully, I get streams of you coming back to me going, you know what, I use 1, 2 or 3, and I really found that it worked for my game. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe.